Hi, and subs and mates, welcome back. With Raymond Earl and Devolution RC in mind, please check out links in the description if you're not familiar with those guys, cracking channels. I'm taking this PSU, maximum 240 watt output. It's got a 12 volt rail, 12.5 amp output, which will do perfect for my grow lights I've just got in LEDs. And what you can see is, I've took the connector here that usually goes into the motherboard of a PC, and I've found the green wire. There's usually only one green wire on here, and there's usually a black wire. You can see them there next to the green wire. And if I've bridged that with a paper clip, green and black, next to each other. And when you bridge those, the fan and the PSU always outputs 12 volt. It doesn't need a motherboard to tell it to output 12 volt. It just bridges it and stays on. And what you can see here is I've snipped this yellow wire on the left here, and I've snipped a black wire just hiding in at the back there, and that's the positive and negative for that 12 volt high ampage rail. And I've snipped those out because I've looked on the voltage meter to check which one's the correct rail, and that's the correct 12 volt high ampage. There's only two 12 volts, but the high ampage is the one you want. And I'm going to be using the kettle plug and plugging it into here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check the positive and negative with these lights here and see if I can run the entire LED strips, all 16 of them, just from there, connecting the power supply up to that little input, and run it in series straight down the top row, back down the second row, third row and bottom row. But I don't know if I can do that yet, as each of the LEDs come in packs of 5, so I don't know if the wattage will stretch past 5 of the LED strips, so I might have to redo it in parallel, and I'll show you that in a moment. But first off, before we try a different approach, let's try the simplest, which is hook up the PSU using some of this 12 volt high amp core wire. I'm gonna run it from the positive and negative and run it to them connectors on the LED strips, and that way we'll have a link to the PSU to the LEDs, and we can see if the wattage will go through the first couple of LED strips to the others. As you can see, there's quite a few LED strips there, so I don't know how far the wattage from the PSU will go down in series, but first we'll check it in series and then we'll work it out and see if we can put it in parallel afterwards. So now the soldering iron's heated up, let's just connect up the first one and see how it looks and how it feels. So as you can see, the top rail's on, it's connected up now, but as you can see on the top rail there, it's very bright, it's fully illuminated, but you can see the second rail down is missing LEDs, the blue ones, they're not lighting up, and that's probably because the wattage can't go past, say, 4 or 5 strips, and it's trying to, stretch itself too thin. So what I've done is I've run a positive and negative off the wires off the PSU, and I've hooked up 4 sets of lights in parallel, the 4 positives to the positive coming off the PSU, the 4 negatives of the different strips coming off the PSU. So each of those 12 volt strips are running in 12 volt in parallel off the PSU, which means I can take these out the back now, hook up the other 3 LEDs to each of these strips, see if it works nice. And here we are. You can see I've put them down on the base there to prep them up for the wiring and alignments, and the PSU's on the floor, everything's looking nice, camera's just adjusting there. The voltage, wattage, everything's gone down straight nice through all of the individual lines. Parallel seems to have done the job. I'm just finishing, just making sure it's going to put everything in order, and then I'm going to maybe isolate that PSU in its own little box. The LEDs are waterproof, but not sure about that PSU, to be honest. A bit of moisture might have that. The back steel sheets I've put on, I've Gorilla Glued on, hot glue, and even if it's super hot glue, will not hot glue stainless steel sheets to the wall, I'm afraid, which sucks. So I'll now just put these on the top row facing downwards, and you can see kind of where I'm going with this. And here we have it. It's LEDs are now out of the way, just the last wires to tack upwards. You can see them all. I've kept them from the edges to try to concentrate the light because it has a 45-degree angle shine down on your plants. The little pots will raise the plants as well, and that's it. So thanks for watching. Hope this is of help to all you guys who are considering growing and using the LED lights and stuff like that. I'll catch us up. Do check out Raymond and Devolution RC's channel. Thanks for watching. See you again.